Kirby on the inside, showed to go alone. Ball wide of the Trim. Trim looking to take on the opposing player. You're going to say, I went to save a man, but it's not a man. Kadir?
Yeah, that was the number 16, Shaquila Daniel, out on this near side, but the defense force again reloading and looking to come forward. Jack, looking for some movement. Nice turn from Arjun, looking to turn one, turn two. Still Arjun into the area. Aliyah Prince.
Small Prince that she's called. He is from Move Up, when the school at Lavender Composites. Former national youth player.
Nice.
Foul committed. It's going to be a free kick. And she leaves it there. She leaves it 4 sobers. Ball across. Falls up Prince. But the referee's assistant flag on the far side had gone up. So it's going to be a free kick. Well, if you're just joining us, so we're here at the 3rd and 4th place playoff in the Wolfville League. It's the Clare George Conference Finals. Sorry for the late start. We had a bit of technical difficulties, but it's all cleared up now. And the score is Defense Force. They lead this one 3-0. Defense Force in their traditional yellow and blue kits. A shot from distance there by Arjuna. Unable to clear the lines. And there they're able to bring the ball forward. So I'm going to pair together with me, Kadir Mohammed. Kadir, an interesting one thus far. The Defense Force, they have bossed this game. They got their goals in the 8th minute from Shania Lewis. And then 4 minutes later, they double the advantage to the bustling Laurel Theodore. Aliyah Trim, she rounded off the scoring thus far in the 23rd minute. So Defense Force, they lead this one 3-0. Kadir, an interesting encounter.
Yeah, definitely the Defense Force bossing this one. Here they come again. This time, Trim looking to make a nuisance of herself. But yeah, work for the Trincity Nationals to do. And here they come.
So it's trying to string some passes together, but it's been broken up, and Nicolette Krieger comes out of the goal for Defense Force, and she plays the ball. Go short to Hackshaw. Hackshaw to Arjun. Chanel Arjun, former national player. She played a lot of youth football, and gesturing on the wrong side of the defense was Trim. So she's called for the offside by the referee assistant on the far side. The Defense Force coached by Devin Elcock, the nephew of Ansel Elcock, but he has made a name for himself as a coach. So he's the head coach. And on the opposite side, we have Joel Warwick. Joel Warwick is the head coach of the Trincity national team. Of course, Joel was put off of the bench last time. He got a red card. So Joel Warwick, he takes up the coaching portfolio. But it's Theodore there with the bustling run, Laurel Theodore, bustling a shot just wide.
Yeah, Laurel Theodore always looking to run at the defense. And she already had a name on the score sheet, Laurel Theodore, this time. Just putting that one wide. She had Trim, who was coming in from the near side. But the Trincity Nationals there just doing some good defensive work as they look to get themselves back into this game.
Well,
approaching the halftime whistle.
What a rocky road it was for the Trincity Nationals as they found themselves here. They played fit and got past them some 7 goals. Shot from distance here. Again by Theodore. She's definitely trying to get her name on the scorecard. This one dumped long. Headed down. Arjuna just clears it up field. Trying to get Prince, Leah Prince, going, but ball would just go to play. So it's Prince. Ball across, easily handled by the goalkeeper. And then she punts it long downfield. Ball goes over everyone. And then the captain, it's DeGale. DeGale bringing that ball forward for the defense force. Lewis, is she onside? The flag has stayed out, the ball across. And Theodore will love to get that one back. Laurel Theodore. She found herself with some space and time, but unable to direct her head on goal. She headed just wide. So Trincity Nationals, they've dodged a bullet. Proverbial bullet from the defense force.
Yeah, it was a Leah Trim again coming down that left-hand side and a lovely ball across. Laurel Theodore just not getting a header on target. Trincity Nationals live to fight another day, but here is
Trim again.
Trim. Again looking for Theodore. No flag. Ball across here to Arjun with some time and space. It falls to Lewis. And then trying to tee up George.
Prince with a shot. So Prince there going to work. Strong challenge. Falls wide to Theodore. Ball inside. And it's headed just wide. Arriving late was Arjuna, but unable to keep her header on target. There, Chanel Arjuna.
Again, beautiful work from the defense force in the offensive third. Arjun just not able to steer that header goalwards. And that could have been 4 goals to 0. Opening up the Trincity Nationals rather easily on that occasion.
City National will consider themselves unlucky to be playing for 3rd and 4th. In the semifinals, they led AC Port of Spain 2 goals to 0 and then 3 goals to 1 before the halftime whistle. In the as there's a header. Theodore, has she kept it in play? Trim. No, it's just gone out of play. They stand on the far side signaling such.
Again, Laurel Theodore finding herself in some acres of space. And then that flag on the near side just coming to the avail of the Trincity Nationals. But again, the defense force causing problems here for Trincity Nationals. Work for them to do.
Yeah, it's going to be a tough game here for the Trincity Nationals team. They're without arguably their 2 best players in Chanel Warwick and Janelle Warwick. Not sure the reason why the younger of the Warwick clan is not playing, but Chanel, she would have picked up a red card in the semifinals, getting 2 yellow cards for dissent. If you ask her, she has a totally different story of what took place.
There's the Trincity Nationals here trying to form an attack and clear the way.
Some nice defensive work there by George. Brianna George at the wing back position.
Shakila Daniel with the throw in here for Trincity Nationals as they look to pull one back before the halftime break. Some strong defensive work. And the captain of the defense force team, that's Camille DeGale. She's done resolutely well for our team.
Yeah, she's been strong. She's been bustling. She's played wing back all season, and she's definitely been a pillar of strength for her team.
Here's Trim. June just losing out. And Trincity Nationals. So here's Baptiste looking for Kirby. Instead, it's Monroe. Giving chase, putting in the tackle there was Sobers. Still in play. Monroe looking for some movement in the area. And a good take there from Nicolette Craig off a line. And getting the defense force going again immediately. Lewis. Ball out wide here for George. In fact, it's Prince. Aliyah Prince looking to take on her opponent. Drifts inside. And then keeping possession nicely. The defense force team have really played a nice brand here in this first half. Gordon, your thoughts on how they've gone so far?
Well, they've done reasonably well. They will have think that they could have scored a couple more goals if they were a bit more efficient in front of goal, but they've not come out of first gear just yet. Kadir, this team, a bustling team, as all defense force teams, normally full of running, but they've played with their handbrakes up, just cruising in this one. They've done just enough, and they lead comfortably by 3-0. Of course, the Trincity national team, as it's John here, looking to thread the needle, trying to get Monroe going.
You know, we see Monroe picking up a more central role here, and Kirby drifting out to the far side. Jack. And that's going to be the halftime whistle here in this third and fourth place playoff between the Trincity Nationals and Defense Force. At the halftime, it's Defense Force leading by 3-0. They got their goals in the 8th minute from number 7, Shania Lewis. And in the 18th minute, Laurel Theodore made it. In the 12th minute, rather, Laurel Theodore made it 2-0. And in the 23rd, Aliyah Trim making it 3-0. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, it's a very interesting clash. Competitive, but a bit on the scrappy side, as these women put themselves out on display, as we see the referees walking off in the center, of course, the experienced Crystal Sobers, as we have some highlights. So this was Prince, ball across the face of the goal. It was headed just clear. And Lewis with a shot, and it was the goal. Shania Lewis opening the scoring. Prince, she was a thorn in the side of this Trincity national team all night long. There with the true ball, and it was Theodore who ran on it and finished a plump. That was 2-0, and Defense Force on cruise control. Here the keeper coming out and making a frenetic save there off the boot of Theodore. Nice pass here. Prince again. Good save at the near post by the keeper. Then the ball was across the face of the goal. And Shania Lewis would have thought that she would have won that one back. And Prince with a beautiful ball. It caused all sorts of trouble to the defense. And in the end, the first to react was Trim. She got it first and passed it into the goal. It was 3-0 at that time. And Defense Force romping away in this one. Well, that's the score at the half. We're going to the break. When we come back on the next side, we're going to have more action in the third and fourth place playoff in this, the Wolf Clare George Conference. Welcome back to second of action in this, the third and fourth place playoff in the Clare George Conference. As Defence Force, they're up against Trincity National. There's some laughs on the face of Chanel Ajoun. They should be laughing as Defence Force, they lead 3-1 in this one. 3-0, sorry, in this one. I'm going there together with Kadir Mohammed. Kadir, a very interesting first half.
Yeah, the Defence Force coming back out here on the front foot, leading by 3-0 in this all-important third and fourth place playoff here. Clare George Conference final, just about getting ready for second half action. And it's getting ready with Prince. So the Defence Force already looking to go forward here and try to seal this one. Been quite resolute at the back also. And their force going forward, causing a lot of problems for the defense of the Trincity Nationals. They'll have some work to do in the second half to get back into this one.
Yeah, so the Defence Force here just composed, playing the ball at the back. George playing it into the pocket there to Lewis. Lewis with the ball over the top. It was aimed at Theodore, but it's cut out. And Trincity, they're able to begin their move forward. There's a threaded ball aimed at Monroe, and it falls to Monroe. She's fleet afloat, and she's going to take out the back line here. It's Monroe into the box. Monroe with a shot, but it's well saved there by goalkeeper Nicolette Craig. As Trincity National looking to strike first there, Kadir.
Yeah, on the front foot, the Trincity Nationals, and the pace of Kitara Monroe. They're just able to apply the finishing touches. But here they come again with Baptiste.
Well, it's a bit of a change around there, as it seems that seems to be Crystal. Crystal, who's gone forward into the midfield of the Trincity National team there. Crystal, Molino. So she has gone into the midfield there, applying some pressure. A bit of structural changes would have taken place at the back for the Trincity Nationals, as they would have tried to solidify their back line. Of course, they without the experience, Junel Warwick, who's not on the pitch. But it's going to be a throw here for the Defence Force as the skipper. She's marshaled the troops well. DeGale with the throw-in.
Yeah, she's been solid at the back. And so too, all of her backline has a long ball forward here. As they look to come forward again, and the Defence Force ladies. A bit of a misplaced pass inside and cleared away. And Jack calmly.
Theodore trying to get Prince going.
Misplaced pass falls to George. And she too with a misplaced pass. John, long ball. Aimed at Monroe, who has Kirby in support. And again, a rough tackle. And
well, 6 or 1, half a dozen of the other. I'd be interested to see who Crystal Sobers, the referee, says had infringed. If you look at it again there, Monroe, she has the ball. She's in control. Yeah, she just carrying through there a bit would have been Monroe. She was in a battle with DeGale, and DeGale was not backing down. So it's going to be a Defence Force, a free kick. So we've seen Natisha Jordan for the Trincity National. She's gone to the back. She's gone to play stopper. Of course, former national under 20 captain, also national senior team defender. She's made her living at the back. But in the Trincity National team, she played a bit higher up the pitch. But at the halftime, they tried to just make the adjustment. Yeah, a handle ball there by, it's Fafan who handles there. You would remember Fafan?
Yeah, Evangeline Fafan, the diminutive number 14 for the Trincity Nationals. Would have represented the El Dorado West. But it's going to be a Defence Force free kick. And in goal, Akila George. Lining this one up is Sobers.
Sobers, but she can hit the ball. So this one is going to be very interesting. George does not seem quite interested. That's it in goal, but she better be awake.
So it's Sobers. And in the end, a poor attempt at goal was harmlessly out. And score remains at 3-0 in favor of Defense Force.
Yeah, misfiring there, Jolene Sobers. As it's just about 50 minutes gone in this one. And she's just dragging it wide there. Sobers not happy with the effort. And it's going to be a goal kick for the Trincity national team.
Yeah, Pascal getting them going. But again, a bit of a giveaway here and another foul.
So if it's one thing we've seen at the halftime whistle, the Trincity national team, they've come out, and she gets herself in the referee's book. So she gets a yellow card.
Yeah, referee Crystal Sobers. And that time it was Isha St. Louis picking up the yellow card. And Defense Force here with another free kick in a promising area of the pitch. Looks like Sobers is going to take this one again. Has some big girls to aim at here.
I think she's going to be trying to put it up, hang it up at the last post. You could expect Tiero to try to get there. But across, free inside the box, and reacting first was the skipper who had straight forward. D. Gale puts the team up 4-0. So the skipper, D. Gale, the ball was floated into the area. No one responded. First to respond to it was the overlapping skipper, Camille D. Gale, and she gives the team the 4-goal advantage.
Yeah, lifted up at the back post, Hackshaw, and then in the end falling to the Gale, who calmly slotted past goalkeeper George, and it's 4-0. Defense Force coming out here early in the second half and getting another one. Firmly in control of this one now. Trincity Nationals there. Labor defending at the back.
Can they fashion some form of response? Of course, at the halftime, they did some structural rearranging. And Monroe here, ball into Kirby. Kirby up against Jack, a bit of a handle ball. She's calling for it. No call by the referee. The experienced Crystal Sobers, she was a mere 10 yards away. And she decided that it was not a handle ball.
It was a fair battle. Felina Jack sticking very close to Leanne Kirby, who we know can't find the back of the net.
Well, Leanne Kirby showed that in the semifinals against AC Port of Spain, where she stunned the AC Port of Spain crowd down at the Digobatin Sporting Complex with an early double. The joy was short-lived, though, as AC Port of Spain was able to battle back and win that one 4-3. John, a slip. Fafan.
Evangeline Fafan, this could be dangerous as she's looking to get a ball across. And Kirby threaded ball through, but not to the feet of Leanne Kirby. And goalkeeper Craig getting the Defense Force going again. Theodore beating one, beating two, still Theodore. And a strong challenge at the back. No call from referee Sobers. But here they come again, Defense Force this time. And a bit of a late call there from referee Sobers as...
well, not really a call. She just called for the player to be taken care of. Her. She seems to be holding her head. Yeah, you decide at home. Yeah, strong challenge, St. Louis. Really strong challenge, but she got the ball. Being fair to her. Theodore, though, for those who know Theodore, know that she does not go down and stay down. So definitely she would be hurt. The physio and the medical staff taking a bit of time to really get out there and get things done. But we're seeing some signaling as they're pointing towards the ambulance for the stretcher, because anyone who knows Noel Theodore knows that she is not going to go down and stay down.
Yeah, it's Asha St. Louis treading a fine line. She's already in the referee's book.
As we see the referee signaling to the emergency crew. The emergency crew just probably being a bit distracted.
Yeah, she wants the stretcher. Still no movement from Laurel Theodore.
As we see, yeah, some concerned faces there. So she's there, and definitely concerns looks there as we see it here again. She was on a bustling run, and Theodore came across and just ran into her.
It was a really, really strong challenge. Theodore just about to pull the trigger. And St. Louis last ditch, you have to say.
Fair challenge though.
Yeah, Theodore just grasping her face.
And St. Louis trying to show some concern, trying to drag up. And sometimes in those cases, you don't want to really get involved in that as the emergency personnel finally get to the field.
It doesn't look too good for Laurel Theodore. The group ball's well with her. She's not moved from that position yet. Medical personnel doing their checks and what have you.
The first respondents, they're there, and we hope that all is well. In the meantime, we'll have some of the highlights from the first half as we look towards what took place in the first half. Remember, it was Shania Lewis who in the 8th minute put the defense force up 1-0. Look at it here. Aaliyah Prince, the ball across. It fell to Lewis. Lewis with the shot. Keeper George would think she should have done better, but it was into the back of the net, and defense force, they began to roll. Prince again at it here. The beautiful true baller, Laurel Theodore. She's true, and she finishes with a plump. 2-0 in the 12th minute. Theodore here again. But then good defensive work by Molino and George. Nice 1-2 pair with the shot. George with the save. Then it was a beautiful ball into the area. It dropped invitingly, but no one from the defense force could put it in. And then look at this one, a beautiful delivery. It caused all sorts of confusion. And they're passing it really into the goal was Trim to make it 4-0. 3-0, sorry. And that was the score at the halftime whistle. The defense force have since added a fourth in the second half through the skipper DeGale, as we see Theodore. There seems to be a bit of a head injury. We hope that all is well. And she is just ushered out. So we hope all is well with her as they get the game ready to restart. Action on the defense force bench as they look to just reset things. George looking quite composed. She always strikes a really composed figure in goal, young Akila George. As a referee, Sobers, she gets ready for the restart. Crystal Sobers with the restart. Bit of a bum ball. She's going to be giving it, standing here, Aaliyah Prince. Prince.
So Aaliyah Prince getting things started here for the defense force. Again, just about approaching the hour mark here. The defense force leading by 4-0. Captain DeGale with this throwing into Arjun. Turning nicely, but Molyneux wins out here for Trincity Nationals and aborted. So Nationals with a free kick here. John, nice floated ball, looking for Monroe. Good defensive work from DeGale. And a strong challenge. John comes out with it. In fact, that's St. Louis. Looking for Monroe. She has Sobers for company. Skips by her. And a good piece of work. Chucks back inside. Kirby can't get to that one. Here come the defense force again. Another strong challenge. This time Daniel. Shakila Daniel.
So the challenges have been coming. If it's one thing we've seen from this Trincity national team, has been fight and bite.
It's been feisty to say the least. Challenging from both teams.
And referee Sober is giving the ball to Trincity Nationals there.
So Natasha John here with a chance to load this one into the area.
She can't hit the ball. Oh, how they would miss. Chanel Warwick there.
Strong header out. Arjun looking to get DeGale going. Camille DeGale. Good defensive work from Monroe. So she's putting in a good shift here for Trincity Nationals. Pacing up and down that far side.
Yeah, she definitely adds something to her team. Every time she's been on the ball, she definitely brought things forward. As we see a shot of Fafan. Yeah. It's a whole different kettle of fish here at the top level. At secondary schools, she carried her team. You know, she was all about. But here, just a bit higher level. But she'll warm to it. Remember, you're watching the Claire George Conference 3rd and 4th place playoff between the Defense Force. They are in yellow and blue up against Trincity Nationals.
There we see the number 9 for the Defense Force. She's entered the fray.
Number 17.
Calicia Robinson.
That's number 17. Sharella Mendez from the Diego Martin area. Factory Road to be exact. Former national under 20 player.
Here's Molyneux. Ball across and into the side netting. Just could not get it back to Leanne Kirby, who was looking.
Yeah, so coming out wide on the left-hand side here as Crystal Molino.
Yeah, so 2 changes for the Defense Force. Shania Lewis, number 7, she has left the pitch. And Sharella Mendez takes her place. And of course, Laurel Theodore, she's been substituted. And the number 9, Calicia Robinson, is in. Here they come again. Shrim. And cleared away by John. Not giving it up here is Trim. Arjun. Gonna pick up the pieces. DeGale, some time with some space. Movement forward. Ball into the area. And John again comes to the rescue for Trincity Nationals. Farfan. Bit of a heavy touch, but she gets it back. Evangeline Farfan. Leanne Kirby is, and it's cut out at the back. So every time they get the ball, Gordon, they just seem to not get it out of their feet. Here is Prince, and eventually Prince gets it into the back of the net. So it's 5-0 here. The Defense Force running rampant. Aliyah Prince gets her second, and the Defense Force large and in charge.
So it was Mendez with that threaded pass. Beautiful pass there by Mendez. Prince would have think she should have done better, but then she was able to just pass it into the first post. So Aliyah Prince, small Prince as she's fondly called, she puts her team up 5-0, and the Defense Force in a romp here at the Hayes Comfort Stadium.
Yeah, 5-0. Large and in charge, as we like to say here in local parlance, and they look as though they want more. Arjun. Sean has some defensive work to do. She does well.
St. Louis coming across there, putting it into touch. So Defense Force with the fresh legs, they're showing a lot of sprite going forward. Of course, for those of you who know Sharella Mendez, pretty quick. She played a football last season with the police team. She was crowned champions there. This season, she would be looking to at least get the 3rd place in this one. Prince. Prince with a shot. Just wide.
Warning signs again for Trincity National just outside the area. Leah Prince and just past the far post. Goalkeeper George was rooted to a spot. Leah Prince really causing problems here for the defense of the Trincity Nationals. They just can't seem to stop her.
Yeah, former national under-20 player. She's also played at the senior level. A handful, to say the least. Trincity National, when you look at the team sheet, though, you see some names, some blasts from the past. You see Meliatin Johnson. And you also see Daniel Maskell, national assistant coach at the women's senior team level, as well as the coach of the under-20s and under-17s. So a lot of experience there. They're not on the pitch this afternoon, though.
Yeah, Hackshaw, Jack, George, and just out of play. City Nationals here with a throw in on this near side. Shaquila Daniel is coming forward to take it. She's looking for some movement over the head of Farfan. And again, out of touch. Really need to start getting things going forward here. The Trincity Nationals, they'd want to pull one back.
As we see some motion on the bench for the Trincity Nationals team. So looking to make her entrance, it's the number 5, Gabriella Burnley. She comes on and making an exit. It seemed to be
Zion Williams making way there for Gabriella Burnley. Change for the Trincity Nationals. They hope that could spark something in the offensive third. As Evangeline Farfan, she'd want to get on the ball. Molyneux.
So Trincity Nationals, they came out with a spark after the halftime whistle, but then they conceded that goal, and soon after the second one, and I think right now they're struggling to stay in it here, Kadir.
Yeah, definitely. Just not able to stay on to get on the ball and stay on it. Lovely threaded ball.
It was in the other substitute, and she puts it into the back of the net. Robinson, she adds a name. It's a right here at the Hazley Crawford Stadium. A beautiful threaded ball by Prince. And my, Prince has been involved in everything good for the defense force. When she's not scoring, she's being the provider. It was a beautiful threaded ball. Look at it again. Beautifully weighted. Robinson with a simple task to pass it past George. And defense force, they lead this one 6-0.
Lovely ball from Aliyah Prince. And you have to say, well taken chance there from Robinson. In the end, passing it past goalkeeper George. 6-0. 69 minutes gone here in this one. And here comes the Trincity Nationals. Monroe with a shot just over the top.
Monroe, though, she's been lively and active for a team. That's Keturah Monroe out on the right-hand side there. She's definitely tried her very best.
She is again. Monroe just needs some support, though. Been isolated out on that far side. Leanne Kirby, too, she's been out of it.
Yeah, definitely. I think Nationals will do well to be a bit more direct. You know, they need to get Kirby going. She showed that she can score. Of course, a lot of us will know Kirby from cricket. You know, national cricketer.
Trying to find Leanne Kirby. That time, Molyneux loses out. Arjun. Prince with a lovely take.
Mendez, she's bustling into the area. She looks up.
Sherelle Mendez bringing it under control. And Natisha John staying very close to her. Still Mendez. Eventually gets it into the area and gone behind. So a corner here for the defense force. Sherelle Mendez causing some problems. And she too is quite pacey, just like Laurel Theodore.
Yeah, she's a very pacey player. As I said, hail from the Factory Road area. Very skillful player. But it's going to be the captain, the Gale, who's going to take this one. She's going to take this with her left boot. It's going to be calling in the big ladies from the back. They've packed forward.
Sobers and company. The Gale. Beautiful flighted ball from the Gale. Headed away, not cleared. All the way back here to Prince. Getting it out wide again to the Gale. Good defensive work from Daniel. She picks a pocket. Then tries to get Monroe going, and eventually she's crowded out. Jack. Sobers. Misplaced pass, looking to find George. But here's Monroe on her way. Monroe. Goalkeeper Craig hesitant to come off a line, and it's directly at Craig. Still Monroe. Still a chance here for Nationals. Monroe, and just not able to get the power behind it and clear away. She did all that she could, Keturah Monroe, just not able to apply the finishing touch.
Good work, though, from the keeper, Nicolette Craig. She held her feet at the very last moment and then went down and made a brilliant save. Look at it again. It was Monroe, but Craig able to come up large there and able to make that save. In the end, the score remained 6-0 Defense Force as they lead this one in the third place playoff.
Yeah, just like that, we see Monroe, what she could do when she's given the ball and given some space. Keturah Monroe just needs some support with her. 73 minutes gone. It's still Defense Force leading by 6-0. Remember, this is a Claire George Conference third and fourth place playoff. All this action you could view on M&E TV, but here comes the Defense Force ladies again, striding forward in their numbers. A ball across, and in the end, Akila George coming off a line and claiming, well, early clearance from her, not intended. Any one of her teammates goes harmlessly.
Remember, we have the finals coming up next as we see shots of Club Sando as they get ready for action. Remember, they're the league leaders, the league winners, sorry. And they're going to be up against the league run-up AC Port of Spain. That game started to start at 8 p.m. But now back to action on the pitch as the Defense Force seem to have this one up. It seemed to be done and dusted. It's just for Trincity National to really fight back and probably get their name on the scorecard here this evening, Kadir.
Yeah, I think they'd want to get one, the Trincity Nationals. Defense Force, my, they've been brilliant.
Mendez.
Losing out that time, Sherelle Mendez. She's come on and caused a lot of problems for the Trincity Nationals at the back. George with this throw-in. Brianna George can't keep it in. Approaching the 75th minute mark. And please do stay with us at 8 p.m. We have the all-important clash, the final. AC Port of Spain coming up against Club Sando. A lot of action here as the Defense Force, they look to wrap this one up. Just about 15 minutes to go in this one.
Defense Force will consider themselves a bit unlucky this season not to walk away with any one of the prizes up for grabs. They had a very strong team. It included the likes of Jo Marie Lewis. We all remember her, former national player. Of course, Aaliyah Prince leading the attack line. Laurel Theodore, also bustling player at the front lines. when you have Sharella Mendez coming off the bench, you know that you've got firepower, as it's going to be standing over this one. Pascal, who's going to take this one?
Ronald Pascal, ball floated up and headed away. Fafan giving chase, ushering this one out. So it's going to be a corner here to the woman in red, Trincity Nationals, as they look to get one back.
So Trincity Nationals, the pride of the East, up against the defenders of the West. But the defenders of the West, Defense Force, they've definitely come out and defend the Hasty Crawford Stadium well. Their leader, 6-0. Can Pascal assist in pulling one back?
Ronald Pascal, see what she can do with this one. It's a lovely ball across. Well defended by the Gale. Pascal again reloading this one. Molyneux giving chase. He's going to keep it in play.
So another corner, a period here of some pressure being applied by the Trincity National team here, as they try to at least get their team on the score sheet.
Want to spoil that clean sheet for Nicolette Craig and the Defense Force. But it looks like Monroe is going to take this one. Keturah Monroe. And Kirby and company in the area. Also Pascal.
So a real exciting season of Wolf this year, career. The season lasting a bit longer than usual. Normally it's played only during the summer vacation.
Corner that went wrong there for the Trincity Nationals. They could find themselves on the back foot. Ball goes out of play.
Yeah, so normally at this time there'll be no women's football. So you got to take the improvement incrementally. I know that we'll all like things to work like magic, but we in football understand process. As we see Jack being withdrawn, the defender, Jack, number 24, she goes off, and replacing her is the number 14. That's Alia Gomez.
Akila Gomez.
Akila Gomez.
Hakshaw. The Gale. Still the Gale. Just slowing things down here, the Defense Force, as they look to walk out of this one with third place. Ready into the action. Gomez. Pascal. Molyneux. Heavy touch from her. Where do you think the Trincity Nationals, where do you think they've lost this one, Gordon, in your estimation?
Well, that first goal, I think, was a bit too soft. Within the recent games, Molyneux, she started in goal. But she's a national player, a national defender. She was recently included in the national team that played against Mexico. Didn't come on, but she was included in that team. As Mendez.
Sharelle Mendez looking to find Robinson. And some calm work at the back. Daniel. Upfield. Fafan is not going to get at the end of this one. Sobers with the experience just ushering it out of play.
Yeah, so that early goal, you know, really set you back. I think the defenders didn't deal with the threat that the Defense Force provided decisively enough. Of course, when you look at the top three for the Trincity National team, you'll see that Kirby, although she can finish as she has shown in the semi-final, she's not as mobile as you would like. Monroe, though, she's fleet of foot as she's on the ball here. And that's a beautiful 1-2. she's going to provide a threat here. But then what's next? It falls to Molino, back to Monroe. Monroe with the ball across. That's where it all goes wrong when it comes into the center. So there was no real attacking threat. Missing the two Warwick sisters, that was a big loss for them. And then the special invitee, Meliatin Johnson, just not able to take the pitch because of injured knees. Donnell Maskell, a national assistant coach, also with loads of experience. For whatever reason, she's not here as well. So they would have had problems of their own, both on the pitch and off it. In the end, though, I think they showed up, and definitely in the second half, they were a lot more competitive in terms of getting to the ball faster, as we always like to highlight the positives from it. I think, though, the Wolf League, when it runs together simultaneously with the secondary schools football league, the girls tend to lean more to the secondary schools football league. So you get a dropping off of the quality. And of course, the players in college, a lot of players, women players in Trinidad and Tobago, they're off to college in the United States. So you're probably just missing a bit of quality. But I think hats off to the Wolf and those who organize it and keep fighting for women's football. The game, the beautiful game, and you know, when women play it, it's even more beautiful.
Yeah, definitely. Hats off to all that's involved in women's football in Trinidad and Tobago, as we see Mendez with a strong challenge on Daniel. So a free kick here for Trincity Nationals. Pascal, John. Long diagonal ball over the head of Mendez. Good work from the Gale, but Molyneux picks it up here. Looking to have a shot, Crystal Molyneux.
That's where it all breaks down. After they're able to get into the area, you know, it's either Molino or Monroe. You know, they're not able to get that outlet pass.
Nice bit of work here on this near side between Prince and Mendez.
Yes, Monroe again. Is she onside? No, she's deemed to be offside. Just string offside there was Crystal Molino. She has already, she have left the back and has come further upfield. Of course, her quality, but you can't play everywhere. You can't be everywhere. So you're seeing that the Trincity national team, but they've not given up. They're fighting. They're trying to at least get their names on the scorecards. It's going to be free kick here for the defense force. And it's Sobers.
Things winding down in this one between the Trincity Nationals and Defense Force. Defense Force large and in charge, leading by 6-0 to the 85th minute. Here comes Arjun with a shot on goal and steered wide by goalkeeper George. So she's looking to add another one for the Defense Force. Chanel Arjun, rather.
Yeah, Chanel Arjun, player still have a lot to offer. And I think when we don't see these players at the national senior team level, I think some questions need to be asked. You know, in Trinidad and Tobago, we don't have a large pool. At our very best, we have 1.3 million people, right? So you definitely, when you see quality players not showing up in the national team setup, you got to ask the question. We got to do some introspection and why. But it's going to be a corner for the defense force. So ball across.
Prince. Shot on goal. And right behind it there was George. He's making a mess of that one, Akila George. And the defense able to bail her out. The defense force looking for one more here. Looking to finish with a plump. Arjun. She's showing a quality, Chanel Arjun.
The defensive header there by Daniel.
Still Daniel. Sheila Daniel, she's run her socks off for her team. Brianna George is going to keep it in play here for the Defence Force ladies. Hackshaw. George. There's Arjuna again. Lovely bit of work from her. Just evading her at the last moment. Leanne Kirby wanted it played into her feet. Yes, Monroe though. Good strong challenge from Gomez. Still Monroe. Molyneux. And eventually fizzes out for the Trincity Nationals, much like they've done all evening. Gordon, they've shown that they could be menacing coming forward, but just not able to take their chances.
They've definitely shown that on their day, they can provide some sort of challenge, but today is not one of their days, as it has been all Defence Force, as they totally bossed this one. Here, nice interplay, but then John comes across, just breaks things up. George, she have had challenges with her knee. Graduating recently.
Tamika Isaac with a shot on goal. And team won in the end. Easy for goalkeeper George.
If last year was recent, I'm now remembering we in 2023, almost 2024. Yeah, John would have graduated last year.
Farfan. Kirby. Looking to get Monroe going. No flag. So it's
yes, it's going to be a flag. She was way offside.
Belated flag on the far side.
His assistant. Offside.
Ramble Delizia.
So things beginning to really wind down in this one, as we see in the stands. Manager of the National Elite Girls. Yes, Prince with a straight offside. Ricarda Nelson, she's arrived here. A pretty decent crowd, you know, getting into the stands here. It's a Wednesday. And she's definitely offside there, Prince.
Please do stay with us. We have the all-important final here. AC Port of Spain up against Club Sando at 8 p.m. As the Defence Force, another change for them. Coming on is the number 2, Malak Marcel. She's on the final stages of this game. Just about 2 minutes to go here in this one. Pascal still looking to get something here for team. Farfan, look at her go. Evangeline Farfan gets the better of Marcel. Marcel sticking to her task, helped out by Hackshaw. Strong defensive work from the Defence Force. They've been solid at the back.
They've worked very hard. As you see some shots there of the substitute. That's Isaac.
Molyneux. Kirby. Not got the ball into Kirby's feet. I think that's where she would like it, Leanne Kirby. Played into her feet. But she, credit to the Defence Force backline, they've done extremely well. Misplaced pass at the back. Mendez. Sharella Mendez. Time and space. Looking to pass it into Robinson. And cut out at the back. Molyneux. Crystal Molyneux.
And just going out for throwing. So Trincity Nationals here. They're really just trying to get one As we see, the fourth official has said that it's 5 minutes, a minimum of 5 minutes would be played in this one.
Leon Kirby getting breakthrough here for the Trincity Nationals. Can she finish off this one? Leon Kirby holding off one or two defenders. And in the end, straight at goalkeeper Craig. Leon Kirby, she'd won that one back. Had a chance to really pull one back for the Trincity Nationals. Just not happening here for them. Credit to them though. They've not given up. They've given everything.
There's a wing back there. As one of the Trincity National players, it's Fafan who has stayed down. Is Mendez on side? The flag has stayed down. Sharella Mendez skips past the challenge of St. Louis, but then a heavy touch, and it's cleared out.
Good skill from Sharella Mendez. Fafan is still down. There we see Leon Kirby working through for Trincity Nationals, holding off Marcel. And a shot straight at goalkeeper Craig, cleared away by Sobers.
Credit to Craig. She made herself big. Came off a line, as we see Fafan, young Fafan, just stretching. Maybe a bit of cramp, just stepping in. Referee Crystal Sobers calling on the emergency folks as they jog on here. So time winding on. He seems to be taking an evening stroll. But it's Wednesday. I went to say a Sunday evening stroll, but it's Wednesday. As it's definitely a bit of cramp by the stretch that would be taking place.
6-0 Defense Force getting their opening goal through Shania Lewis in the 8th minute. And doubling the lead was Laurel Theodore in the 12th minute. Goal number 3 came from the boot of Aliyah Trim in the 23rd. 3-0 at the half time. And in the second half, 3 goals as well. Digil getting 1, making it 4-0. Prince getting her name on the score sheet. And the last to do so was Robinson, who made it 6-0. Couple of messages relayed from the coach, Chanel Arjun. She's been brilliant, bossing the midfield of our team. She's been good all season long. Chanel Arjun, she'd be disappointed though, playing for 3rd and 4th place, Gordon.
Yeah, most definitely. I think the whole Defense Force team, they would think that they were better than that all season long. But this final and semi-final, the final and 3rd and 4th, have come out just as the season went thus far. The final is between the 1st place and 2nd place in the ordinary season. And the 3rd place team in the season was the Defense Force in the Claire George conference. Remember, there's a conference, the Mohammed Conference in Tobago. Right, but the team in Trinidad, the 2 teams were AC Port of Spain and Club Sando. Defense Force on the final day, they had the opportunity, had they beaten AC Port of Spain to leapfrog both the 2nd place and going to 1st. It was not to be though. They had to settle for 3rd. And here again, it seems like they're gonna be taking the bronze medal place in this one. The final is gonna be up pretty shortly, as we see a shot there of Shakila David. She's really worked her socks off here at the wing-back position for Trincity Nationals.
Here they come, Defense Force. I think they want another one, the Defense Force, the girls.
Well, all eyes should be on Crystal Sobers at this time, because not much time left in this one.
Robinson looking to make a nuisance of herself. Falls to Gomez. Arjun. Wider here for Trim. Still Trim.
Mendez trying to get a return pass from Prince.
Mendes. Similar in build and stature. Long shot here from Gomez. Oh, goalkeeper George alerted that one. All eyes on referee Crystal Sobers.
And that's the final whistle. So at the final whistle in this one, Defence Force, they take third place in the Clare George Conference, defeating the Trincity national team 6-0. It was an interesting encounter, and definitely what two teams may have just lacked in a bit of quality, they made up with effort, heart, and desire, as we have the highlights.
It started here with Prince. Lovely ball hung up. And Shania Lewis just outside the area. And what a start that was. Getting in the opening goal here for team. Prince again at the heart of it. Lovely through ball to
Theodore. And Theodore able to finish with a pump. It was 2-0. And
Prince again. Lovely ball hung up. And Trim getting on the final touch to that one, making it 3-0 at the half. And right at the resumption of the second half, Deagle made it 4-0 in favor of Defence Force. And at that time, large and in charge and looking to finish third place, Sharella Mendes. Lovely through ball to Prince. Prince with his second opportunity, and she made that one count, getting a name on the score sheet. 5-0 at that time. And the Defence Force ladies, they celebrated. They know things were all but done and dusted at that stage. A jig to boot. Prince again. A lovely through ball to substitute Robinson, who ran onto this one and calmly slotted past George. 6-0. And that's how it finished here in the Clare George Conference. Third and fourth place final. Defence Force coming out winners by 6-0. Trincity Nationals. Commiserations to them.
Well, we're going to the break. When we come back in the second game of tonight, the final, the big one, AC Port of Spain, they're going to be meeting the Pride of the South Club Sando.